Well, hello and welcome back to Central Arkansas. Beautiful day today. This is a globe. I guess you can see that though. It's a couple of epoxy pourings and several turns. It's walnut. And it has blue shifter pearl in it and cedar chips. And inside, you can see this right here. It's got a tea light. You can't see it real well in this light, but it shows up real well. It's an extra bright one. And there you go. You want to see how I made it? Hang in there. Well, I'm going to start a new project today. And to be perfectly honest, I have not thought it through. I know what my end result's supposed to look like, but the journey to get there is somewhat of a mystery to me. I thought about it quite a bit, but I still hadn't quite nailed every step down. So I hope we don't have a, went to the dollar store and bought these bowls there. You get 4 of them for $1, so you can't expect a whole hell of a lot. So I might end up using 2 on each side, but the idea is I'm gonna have 2 pours, and when I get them hollowed and whatever I'm gonna do, they're gonna be like this, right here, to make sort of a dome. And I may and may not have some sort of divider between them. I'm thinking I may, like some walnut or something. Then they'll sit like here with a finial on top with a platform, and I'm gonna fix it where there can be a real bright tea light inside. I think that ought to be a fun project. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna use. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but I'm pretty sure. I think it's cherry. This piece is something I'll probably never use other than something like this, because you can't make much out of it unless you make an end grain vase or something. So anyway, you see the end's ragged. I'm gonna cut it off. But what I wanted to say for any new subscribers is that if you cut something round on a bandsaw, especially if you're using something like this is a 2 TPI, 2 teeth per inch, and it's very aggressive. This one's happened to be a little dull, but it's okay. But it can grab this and roll it. So what I do, there's several ways I've seen guys make cradles and stuff. I got wedges like this that I made a long time ago, and I slide them into this side over here, 2 of them, and sometimes I'll put them over here like this, and that way it's not going anywhere. It could, but chances are pretty slim. Sometimes like that right there, that one. And we'll just cut this off right here, and then we're going to come back about 6-7 inches and cut off our chunk for our plugs. Nothing to it. So, don't have to come back too much. And come back to about right here. Right about there. And in this case, you got 2 pieces here. It may be a little long. Yeah, there you go. And put your wedge on both sides. And you keep the log in the same position. That way, even if they're crooked, they're both going to be the same crooked. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and take this over there and put it between centers, and we'll start whirling. Well, here's another little thing I like to do. I don't know if you call it a trick or whatever, but I like to even when I'm putting it between centers, I like to, I find my center by using this template. And I've looked at this already, and I'm decided that this plug is going to be right at probably 4 inches in diameter. Give me some room to cram some junk in there or whatever. So I'm going to make this 5 inches. And that way it'll give me something to shoot for. So it's easy to center your circle in here. It's just as easy as pie. And let's see, where's my, oh, there it is. And I'll just mark my center with this. And I will go ahead and I'll do a 4 and a 5-inch circle on this. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. And then what I do is I'm going to put this 2-inch centers. I'm going to use this drive center. Is that I take a 1-inch Forester bit. And I'm going to come down here about the depth of that right there. And the purpose is to, so this Forester, this drive center has, you know, a place inside rather than sitting on top. That way there's just absolutely no way it's going to come out if you keep it even halfway tight. Okay, now on this end, I'm going to take a step drill, which looks something like that right there. I'm going to make a hole right here for my live center. And it'll be captured. All right, I'm going to use the beaver again for, this is the new beaver. One's going to be on sale very shortly. And what I'd like to do first, I do this with all my tools. I find that overall you'll be better off. Is I find the center, because what I want this to be cutting on the center of it. If you cut below it, what's going to happen, if it sort of look like this, if you cut below it, you're going to grab too much. So you want to be knocking off that's pointing right at you. If you get too high, well then you don't have enough. So right there, the best way to do it is say the point closest to you. Of course, we want to give her a little whirl here. Make sure all the components are tight. And I reckon we ought to turn the lathe on. It does work better that way. I got the slow belt on here. I can turn it at about 1,000 RPM, which ought to be just fine. I don't see this being much out of balance. Even if it is, so what? There you go. Now we got the beaver and we're going to do some roughing with it. So when you first see the finish at least, don't get excited, because we are roughing and we really don't care about the finish at this point. We only care about the end product. That's the reason I use carbides mostly, because I care about the end product, not necessarily how you get there. So what have I got? My face mask. Another necessity. And here we go. There you go. I'm going to cut this in two right here. That way I got my two plugs, so I'll have to drill holes in one end or the other on both of them. All right. Get that done, come back, get one of them mounted, and we'll roll. So I'm getting ready to make this into a bowl shape. What we got. That's just about perfect. All right, one down, one to go. Well, I got both plugs made. I'm gonna let them sit a day, because it's really wet. That ended up being that pair that I had out there, and I know it's really wet, so I put sealer on them, and I'm gonna let them put a couple more coats on this afternoon, and just let them sit till tomorrow before I start trying to put them in the bowl. So I decided, I guess, one step at a time. This is a bowl. I went to punch a hole in the bottom of it, and it all busted to hell. So, because I'm going to put a screw in here. So now I guess I will use hot glue over that area. But I'm gonna put a second bowl here because these are really weak. But what I decided to do, and thanks, and I got his name wrong last time, but I'm gonna get it right this time. It's V Papa 1947. I used his recipe to make this grit paste. It's really not very gritty, but it seems to work. And what I found when I made it, I poured it up in a bigger plastic bowl because I wasn't sure it'd fit in this one, because you remember it was all liquid when I did that. So after I decided it would fit, I put it all in this bowl, and what I found was the bowl I used, I could not get that oily film out. So I told myself, I said, "Self, I think this will make a perfect mold release. Not that I care anything about this bowl, but it would make life just a little easier." So I'm going to take some of this as sort of an experiment, and I'm going to smear it all around in here best I can, just going to try to give it a little coat. Don't worry about wasting it because it's cheap to make. I had to buy 2 pounds of that, whatever you call it, earth. See, this seems to, can you see that? It just makes like a film everywhere, and I can't visualize anything sticking to that. So here's the deal. I'm going to use, these are cedar shavings from when I drilled some holes with a forester bit. It really makes nice little flowery things. That's what I'm going to use in here. I'm going to use clear resin with just a touch, I hope, of blue pearl first. Because it looks like it has a flat top on it. We'll try to proceed down here without dropping it. Okay, sounds good. And all right, the next morning, let's see what we got. Well, they still got resin in them. And they are stuck together. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks fine. Nice and hard. All right, that'll work. All right, I've got my not yet world famous beaver ready to go, and everything else. So let's see what we got here. Stand back just a little. I don't see how that can go anywhere. I hate to keep stopping and starting, but I just don't mess with things that are turning. That's why all my wrists are painted red. It just reminds me, there's a red line. Don't put your hands over there. Gloves or no gloves, it don't matter. There you go. You ain't gonna get no more centered than that now. I'm gonna go ahead and drill my depth hole here. Oh, that's about 350. That ought to work. There's what I like. $2,500. See how that just peels off at a higher speed? It won't do it at a low speed. Well, let's see. Sort of pretty. I couldn't see what I was doing. Right this way. Come in here, holding it about like this right here. Need that anymore. Okay, I got to sand it down to 6,000 with that new paper. I'm gonna put a little bit of. Okay, I'm naming this stuff. This is V Papa 1947. I'm gonna call it 47 paste. I'm gonna put some 47 paste on it. Actually, it's a little thicker than what I would like. I was thinking. If I made any more, I'd put a little more mineral oil in it, or a little less of everything else, one or the other. There's a clean portion here. I mean, this stuff, there is not a single bubble. Got my walnut cut out. Nice piece right here. I'm gonna glue it on right here. Got my center point in it right here. Now here's, when you epoxy something to something, you need to have both sides roughed up. Don't be putting two smooth sides together. I always use a piece of this old belt here, real rough. I think it's 36 grit. And I've already done it. You see I roughed that up, and I roughed that up, and I drew me a line to where to put my epoxy. So, you know, that's important. You need to do that. You'll have problems if you don't. I can absolutely guarantee you will. You gotta cover every little bitty inch of it. And I know it's gonna grip down and mess up my finish, but that's the way it goes. This is 30-minute epoxy, but I'll leave it sit. But most likely probably till tomorrow, because I gotta go mow a yard. Well, it's the next day, actually it's the afternoon. He's been busy doing things. Let's whirl this up and see if we can't do something with it. Trying to decide what I want to do here. Not real sure what I want to do. Well, I just got busy doing this and about two other things at the same time, and did all this and didn't even turn the camera on. What I've done is I made a real deep tenon, or recess, I keep saying it, because I make tenons all the time. And I coated the inside with sealer and then CA glue, trying to prevent a blowout, because I'm gonna try to be turning this pretty fast. I mean, that's just the way you need to do to get resin, but I got a little bit of that white in here, and I'm gonna see if I can sand it off real quick. This is just the CA glue here, so really isn't gonna hurt anything. So I'm getting ready to put this chuck on, flip this thing around, see if I can't get it hollowed out. Because I need to make sure it's gonna fit in the hole first. And it does. Like always, I like to do it this way. And roll this out a little bit. There you go. I made this recess just a little too deep, to tell you the truth. It's resting against the outer part of the jaws, but I don't really see where that's a problem. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drill my depth hole. Actually, I shouldn't have to drill it very far, because I drilled the other one almost all the way. It's the same size, it's a 2-inch, same size Forster bit I used before. Yeah, I think I was all the way through already, wasn't I? I believe I could have just punched that through. That ought to work right there. See the purpose now, if this breaks and comes off, it's not going to go anywhere. In fact, I think I'll go a little deeper here. That ought to work. Well, good morning. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to clean up, where this epoxy is right here, and the outside a little bit, and then I'll take this one off, and I'm going to start on the other half, which is right here. And I'll do it exactly like I did the first half, so I'm not going to bother videoing it. And I'll start videoing again when I start putting the two halves back together. Well, this is the second one, but I went ahead and decided to video just a little because I wanted to show you a little something. Most people, sorry this is so loud. Turn it off. Okay. Most guys you see, or most everybody says you need to turn, when you sand, you need to sand real slow. Well, I've always just totally disagreed with that. I'm gonna show you a little demo. Now, I've already sanded this with, that's 180 right there, and this is 120. So I'm gonna just show you this real fast. It won't take long. I'm gonna turn this at about 2,000 RPM or more, just to show you what I'm talking about. That's 2200 right there. This is epoxy now. You can't hold it there very long. It'll melt it, so you have to do it like this. Make sure you just keep on moving now. Alright. Take that. Come back here with just a little piece of steel wool. All right, there you go. polish. Just that quick, just that simple. Just thought I'd show you that little way I do it. Catch you later. All right, finish it up. This is, I named this 47 paste because it's, the recipe was given to me on YouTube by V. Papa, 1947. That's just too much of a mouthful, so I named it 47 paste. I got it on there pretty heavy, and now I'm going to take it off, and again I'm going to use a high speed. And again I'm going to turn this. That's 2143 right there. You don't want to burn it now because the epoxy will melt if you get it too hot. I think you can see the shine coming up now. This has not been sanded at anything under 2,000 RPM. All right, that ought to get it. All right, there you go. Smooth as a baby's rear. Ready to haul the inside out. All right, there you go. When I get this finished and I get ready to put it on the other half, I'll bring you back. I got me a piece of walnut in there. I thought I'd try my luck in making some sort of finial. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. I just guess I'm going to come in here, make this round, and then put some sort of something there. And up to a point or something like that. I don't know. I ain't done this before. Not very much. A long, long time. All right, I told you I'd bring you back when I got the other half done. It's done, polished inside and out and ready to go. So what I've done is I've mixed me up a little bit of 30-minute epoxy. Probably more like 15 minutes because I heated it in the microwave. And we're going to put it on both parts and put them together and go away till tomorrow. And tomorrow was without any interruptions or accidents. We should be able to wrap this dude up. Right there. There you go. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, here we are, day 3. Well, it's good and set up now, so I'm going to do a little switcheroo. Like I told you, I got this chuck on this end with an adapter in the tailstock. You know, to me, that kept them all in line. So now what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and get rid of this and take this adapter off. All right. I'm going to turn it around like this. These adapters, I only got one. I guess I got to buy a couple more because adapters are a lot cheaper than buying new chucks, that's for sure. This is going to go in here, like so. Right there. It's going to go like that. But, you know, first I got to turn this down. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on both this and this. Well, last time I pulled off to sharpen one of these carbides or give it a licking promise, Had somebody say, I wish you'd show how you sharpen that. Well, I've done 2 videos on it, but you know, you guys don't need to go back and find those things. So let me tell you how I do it. Untraditional, as somebody said I was crude, but that's okay. SWD-40, I buy it a gallon at a time. It's a whole lot cheaper to buy a gallon and put it in one of these than it is to buy those $8, $10 cans. And I use 2 diamond cards. This one is 400 grit, and this one is 1200 grit. And basically, I just put a little dab here and here, and I don't even bother cleaning them up on the first one. I let the stone do that. I come over here and I just run it around a little bit, just get anything, you know, bad burrs or something off. I don't do this one too much. Basically, all I want to do is get it nice and clean. Then I come over here to the 1200 and I'll work this one a little bit. You can see the black pickup. That's telling you that it's sharpening. You don't have to do this very often. Probably ever, third or fourth project, unless you're cutting something weird. Now resin dulls these things in a hurry. Dulls anything in a hurry. Don't even think about using traditional tools with resin. There you are. That's all there is to it. All right, I'm gonna cut this center ring down. Now, I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do. I may leave it with a real small hump on it. I don't think I'm gonna go smooth, because there's not a whole lot inside back there. I'm gonna come in, all I'm gonna do now is try to clean this up. And same thing over here. Just a little. Okay, now I'm gonna shear cut this right here. I can get rid of some of that end grain. Should be wearing my face shield, shouldn't I? I'm going to take one little piece to get in your eye and you'll wish you did. Alright, let's see what we got here. See the difference that made in that end grain right there? Remember how rough that was? I can get it a little bit smoother too. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make a very shallow hole with a Forster bit right there, and then I'll come in and trim it, because that Forster bit's a hair smaller than this, so I'll come in there with like a point tool and trim it till this fits exactly in the hole, and then I'm going to use thick CA in there. Put some Star Bond thick CA in there, it ought to work good. So let's try that. See if I don't screw everything up. That ought to be enough. A little smaller, but it's perfect. Well, heck, sometimes things go right. Miracles never cease. They sent me a tube of this when Starbond, gave me the sample pack, and this is brown CA, medium. So I'm gonna try some of that. And no reason this ought not hold like a big dog. There you go. Just hold it in place for me. There you go. I'm going to do a little bit of sanding here. It don't require too much. Right here's got a little bit of end grain. This has that on a little spot right there. Let's see what happens. This is 320. I might as well turn that thing on. Mama fuss at me if I don't. Concealer on it. I'll put it on the whole thing. It'll polish real fine. Can't figure out why it keeps wobbling worse and worse though. That's got me a little bit puzzled. All right, I'm ready to do some polishing on it. What I've done is I've taken some 47 paste. It's already been, had the sealer on it and the polyacrylic. So I took some 47 paste and I got it on here pretty good. And I'll turn it just real slow, sort of work it in. A little bit more here. You can hear the grid in it. I already put the tea light in. I'll show you that in a second. All I had to do was drill a hole in the bottom with a Forster bit and slid right in just enough and put a dab of medium CA on the sides of it, and it's in there. Works good. I'm going to show it to you. All right, this 47 paste got quite a bit of beeswax in it. So we have to basically melt it on. So I got an old sock here, and I keep cautioning you enough times to how to hold one of these like this right here. So it'll jerk it right out in case it gets hung. There's your tea light right there, see? And you just turn it on. You can see it in there. I'll take it in the dark here in a minute. Show it to you. And turn it off. That's all it is to it. All right, there it is. Isn't that pretty? Let me rotate it a little bit for you, so I can see where I'm going. There's no windows in this office. Well, I got a little one right there. Oops. Those cedar chips really show up, don't they? And we'll put a little bit of light on it, open the door. There you go. All right, there's the final. I'm very pleased with it. I think this may be one of the finest pieces I've done. It's useless. It's an ornament. It's just art. A little better look at it right there. Tea light is under here, insert it in there, and you just turn it off. Just that simple. Easy to replace battery. All right, there you go. Thanks a lot for viewing. Subscribe and give me a like and tell your friends and call your mama. We'll see you later and keep them whirling.